everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the homestead. Today I need to make some jam, and I'm going to make some vanilla peach jam out of home canned peaches. And so I thought I'd bring you along with me. The little beginning clip you saw me prepare my peaches. I took 2 quarts and I strained them. Keep your juice, don't throw it away. You have multiple uses for it. Just keep it handy, don't pitch it out. Anyhow, these are some peaches that I canned in 2021. No sugar, just the fruit. They didn't keep great color, but they're perfectly fine. I didn't get any peaches last summer because with all my surgeries and everything, I didn't can anything. However, we're going to use these to make some jam. My vanilla peach jam, or peach vanilla, however you want to word it, is one of everybody's favorite jams out of all the ones that I make. Second only to strawberry. Strawberry just seems to be everybody's favorite. And we have none, and I need some. So I'm going to bring you along with me. Okay, so here I have 7 cups of sugar. Yes, you heard it right. 7 cups. You can do a lower sugar option, but for the pectin that I found this time, I have to have 7 cups of sugar. You saw me prepare my vanilla bean. This bean is going to go directly into the peaches during the canning process, and then these flakes that came from the inside of the bean are going to be added at the end, along with a little bit of vanilla extract. I make my own. Here it is. I just use a cheap vodka this time. You can make it out of any kind of an alcohol. Throw your vanilla beans in there, and the longer they sit, the better they get. Clean towel, clean jars, clean funnel, everything's clean. Here are the peaches. They are pureed. I have 5 cups of puree here. I have a measure, I have my scraper. This is the pectin that we're using today. I still can't find my favorite kind of pectin, so this is what I was able to find the last go round, and I bought a few boxes, and it's just going to have a lot of sugar, going to be a very sweet treat. Use it sparingly. All right, and then I have my pot. This is my jam pot. There is my canner. It's warming up and getting ready. Okay, I gotta grab an apron, but before I do, this is another channel that I enjoy following. I haven't seen any videos from them in a little bit, but this is one of my favorite shirts. I get compliments on this everywhere I go. Little big, but that's okay. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, if you haven't ever heard of Freedom Homestead, go check them out. Jack and Tangi are their names, and they're awesome people. Check them out. Okay, I did not like that other camera angle, so we're just going to go from this way, and you're going to see my awkward arms from time to time. I can't help it. Anyway, nice clean pot. I'm going to pour my peach puree in, and I'm going to want all of it. If I could do this without making a big old mess. It already smells good. This one smells so good when I make it. It's going to be really hard for me not to sample. I'm just going to be honest there. I usually get to sample the jams, right? I can't do that because if I get a little taste of sugar, I will fall off the wagon. All right. Set that off to the side. We're going to add our pectin. Making jam is easy peasy. I will warn you, it is the gateway to canning. The very first thing I ever canned was blackberry jam. I probably said that before in another video at some point. But however, there. Are you in there way? I want to really get you in there good. Okay. We're going to mix it in. I just use a whisk here. I wish there was a way I could do where they point the camera down so you can see exactly what's going on. But I don't have that option here. There's nothing above me to do it with. Okay, you can see the shadow of my phone and camera. But there's how it looks. It's all stirred in. Okay, we're going to turn our heat up to about an 8 on our stove. And once we're just going to keep stirring this, and once it gets to a good bubble that you cannot stop, we're going to set our timer on our stove for 1 minute. Also, don't forget to throw your vanilla bean in there. Bloop, there it goes. I went ahead and added the little bit of vanilla bean in there because it was drying to the plate, and I didn't want that. It smells like vanilla already. It doesn't necessarily matter. You can do this step first. It probably infuses it better. I've done it both times. Or you can wait until afterward and put it in there. I'm still going to wait for my alcohol-based extract whenever I pull it off the stove. And then I'll pour that in because it'll just evaporate off really fast. So Both the bean and the contents of the bean are in the puree right now. Okay, so like I said, constantly stir. If I stop stirring and I give it a rest, watch. See, it kind of bubbles quickly, but if I stir, it stops it. So it's not ready to add the sugar into yet, okay? We're just gonna keep going. Once it gets a good steady bubble that I can't stop, then I'm going to add the sugar, stir the sugar in well, and once that starts to do the same type of bubble, I'm going to set my stove for 1 minute and let that process just bubble and cook down, and then after the minute's up, we're going to pull it off the stove. Okay, she's bubbling, so we're going to pour our sugar in. Be careful, this can be hot, and just start stirring. Stir, 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 stir. Loosen it up quite a bit. This is a little bit darker because it is a canned peach. If you use fresh peaches, it's going to be lighter. It's not an indication of whether or not it's good. It's going to be good no matter what, okay? I'm going to keep stirring this, and once it comes up to its boil that I cannot stop, I'll set my timer. Okay, see how it's not breaking up? It's super close. Whenever you stir and it's still coming, there it is. Now we're going to set it for 1 minute. And we're going to stir rapidly, okay? And once this 1 minute's up, we'll pull it over and add the vanilla. Alright. I'm going to shut her down. Move her over. Ooh, she's hot. Give her time to settle. Keep her moving. Your element, be careful of that hot thing. In here somewhere is the vanilla bean. We'll fish that out. The time comes. We'll shake up our vanilla just a little bit. And you don't have to worry about there being any kind of alcohol content or anything. This is so hot, it's bubbling and cooking the alcohol off like immediately. It just smells like vanilla. See the steam? Still good. Now, let's start jarring it up. If you're using fresh fruit, you can chunk this up however you want. I have had people use this to put on bratwurst, to put on their barbecue, mixing with their barbecue sauce. They do the cream cheese thing. This has had a lot of uses. So it's not just for jelly sandwiches or toast. It's really good stuff. I estimated on the amount of jars I'm going to get. There's my vanilla bean. Okay, now that we have the jars filled, we need to have a good clean rag. I have a paper towel here, and we're going to wipe all of the rims and get all of the stickiness off. Feel for any chips that you might have missed. That one might be just a little bit full. You want to have enough headspace. That one seems kind of full, so we'll see. I did various sizes for a reason. It smells wonderful. Miss Ruthie's on the other side of the gate over by the tripod being nosy. She's always worried about what I'm cooking because she wants part of it. She's a little bit spoiled. It's going to be really hard not to sample what's left in that pot. I might have to be in trouble. Okay, make sure you have clean lids and rings. Put them on just finger tight. Don't wrench them down, just nice and snug like a hug. All right, let's get our mess cleaned up and let's get our canner transferred over. Whew. I sampled it. It's good, but woo! There's some sugar, let me tell you. Turn it that way. All right, the canner is warmed up because it sat over here. I transferred it to this canner because my husband actually put a coil element in that is specifically for canning, so it's a little bit heavier duty. So I like to move my canner up here, so I just had it warm in there. We're gonna put our jars in. They are similar in heat. You never want to put cold jars in hot water. Don't do that. So you want to can this as quick to as immediately as you can. We are going to water bath these at a good rolling boil for 10 minutes. Sometimes I do 15 when I have different size jars. I'm going to do 15, do 15. It's just a nice round up number, right? Okay. Take her down slowly. This is good hot water from the kitchen. It might temper the temp a little bit, but it's not going to alter anything. And you want at least an inch or two above your jars. I have this one tall jar here that need a little extra water. So now it's covered. Let's take a look. Still good and hot. It did temper it just a little bit, not a big deal. They're all covered. We're going to put the lid on her. And when this comes to a rolling boil, be 10 to 15 minutes. This is the boil that you want. Almost done. Always be careful of the seam. There it is. Here's what we do. Shut off the stove. Shut off your timer if you need to. Leave it alone. Don't remove this lid. Don't touch nothing. We're going to let it come all the way down off the boil. We're going to give it at least 30 minutes. At least. You can go up to an hour, but 30 minutes, and then we'll remove it from the pot. Alrighty. We are ready to move our jars out of the canner. It's come to a nice, quiet, no longer boiling, just sitting in about half an hour. I'm going to transfer them from this pot over to this table. Normally, I just set them here next to it, but I'm going to need my counter space. So we're going to use this table. Whenever you open your canner, always open it away from your face. You don't really want a steam facial. At least not right now. Okay. Water's nice and clear, indicates no siphoning. Be slow and steady when you move them. You don't want anything to occur, whether it's siphoning, you know, jars can burst, there's things. It's very rare, but it can happen, so you want to be nice and careful. I'm going to go all the way to the end of this towel here. If there's any water on top, don't worry about it. Look, come on out there. I did not put vinegar in this water. See, that one already pinged. Did you hear that? Honestly, with prices being what they are, I used to put vinegar in all the time just to avoid having to, come on out there, having to deal with the hard water residue left on the jars after the canning. That's well and good, but, you know, not that long ago, vinegar was like $1.50 a gallon. Sometimes you can find it for $1 a gallon. And now, it's like $3.50, $4 a gallon. So, I save my vinegar for canning and pickling You hear the pings? And all the important things. So I don't use it near as much. I pretty much only use it now for like meats and greasy things that I can, chili, stuff like that, to make sure that this gets a real good seal. Other than that, I don't hardly put any in my water. Nothing like that. Other than for meat. Alrighty, we're almost there. We're getting to the little, whoop. That peed a little bit. It's messier going over there than it is sitting right next to the thing. But, oops, come here. Like I said, I gotta have my counter space. So, just dropped my towel. Ding. That one popped already. I love the sound of the ping. There's another one. Alright, slow and steady. Making messes. That one just pinged. 2 more. Nice and slow. Once these are all set over here on the towel, I'm going to cover them up and I'm going to let them rest. After they sit for a while, like tomorrow, I will take them. I'll take the bands or the rings, whatever you want to call it, off. And if they go into storage, I'll label them. I'll do all the things that I typically do with them, and they'll be good to go, and they'll last a good year. Longer. I've had jam that was longer. Got any questions or anything, let me know in the comments, and I'll do the best I can to help you. And if I don't know it, we'll figure it out together. So, thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate the time that you spend watching us. Being here lately, there's not been a whole lot of us, but we're fixing to. And I guess just do what you can right where you are. And here comes Jesse Boy with our favorite verse.
Psalms 34, verse 8, or taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him.